And now, here is a story from our Alberta heritage. Let's go back to the days when the prairies were new to men, and a lone steel thread was all that linked our country. A solitary train rolls across the lonesome prairie when a spring blizzard blows up, and blinded by the snow, unable to see the washed-out bridge, the engineer pilots the train to its final destiny. And from this disaster, one survivor. A Hereford cow wanders across the barren expanse, and at that same time, a proud buffalo bull, past his prime, now a deposed king in exile, ranges alone to head smashed-in buffalo jump. But somehow, through that snowstorm, they met on that fateful knoll. A heartsick, shell-shocked Hereford cow and a lonely, proud, suicidal buffalo. Wanting each other. No, needing each other. Knowing that what they were about to do was wrong. A forbidden bow-eyed love, and may the gods be damned when passion rules our souls. From this union was born a legend. The legend of the little beefalo calf. Now the little calf grew strong and true under the care and guidance of his buffalo father and Hereford mother. Together, they grazed the hills and prairies for several years in a blissful familial state. Until that fateful day they came across the iron tracks. And in the distance is heard the hissing and puffing of a steam locomotive. His father, the proud bull, ignorant to the ways of man, stood on the tracks challenging the intruder who was threatening his family. The bull protecting, the train approaching, and when the two adversaries met, the result was inevitable. The beefalo calf's dad was dead. And his mother, overcome with grief, chose the way of Anna Karenina and threw herself under the wheels of the train. And so the calf is left alone in the wild, seeking purpose in a life filled with so much tragedy. And then came a year when there was drought, and the winter was the harshest in memory. And a family, alone in a sod hut, isolated, with the father sick and the children too young, starving with no hope of surviving the winter. And as a lone candle gasped its last flicker, a hoof is heard at the door. It was the little beefalo calf, prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice. When they winched the calf up, they say that where his blood hit the ground is where the first wild rose of Alberta grew. Thus was born the legend of the little beefalo calf. Where are you going, little beefalo? Where have you gone? I'm going below. And you know, sometimes still, when children are lost in prairie snowstorms, they will miraculously appear on their mother's doorstep, safe and sound. Smelling faintly of beefalo, a little beefalo calf. I'm going, little beefalo, where have you gone, little beefalo?
Once, when I was a boy, I had a leech attach itself to my leg. Now, that experience was such a vile one, so horrible, that I'd almost completely forgotten about it until this week. I suppose I should thank you. You've managed to dethrone that little blood-sucking parasite, and now it ranks second as the most revolting experience of my life. I have never felt so violated, so enraged, and so disgusted as I do this week after seeing your show. Morally and creatively, you are bankrupt. Now get out. Get out! I had a leech on my head once.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd you get rid of it?